What's up, everyone? It's the Interview Queen Alicia Toot here, and be sure to watch True Heel Heat.
Hello everyone, it's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah!
What's up, True Heel Heat? True Heel Heat.
What's up?
True Heel Heat. All hands on
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hey guys, this is Dan Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Twitch for our WWE Saturday night's main event preview. Breaking down this Saturday show from Long Island, New York, as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, my regular co-host now for our WWE pay-per-view PLE previews. You know her as the other half, the better half of the Rob and coexisting part over on Fridays on Fightful Overbooked. The good sister, Maggie, is here. How are you doing?
You know, you played your little videos before, the show like you always do. And now the one with Woods and Biggie hurts, man. I'm not going to lie.
I do it purposely. I play that
Yeah.
purposely now every stream because I think that everybody should feel the pain, you know?
Yes, as we all should. I'm pretty good. It's my day off. It's December and I already hate it. So
What do you hate December for?
because December is the busiest time of the year for bartenders in Bulgaria.
Okay.
People refuse to be with their families and just go outside drinking, and just it's every December my eyelid starts to twitch because I get no sleep at all. I
Mm,
get no days off, so I'm enjoying it while I can. So
yeah.
my best friend took me to the mall today. At We ate McDonald's for the first time in years, and I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna poop for like 3 days now. So like,
It clogged everything up.
it's just I do not like McDonald's, but like she's pregnant. She's really pregnant and she needs
I see.
McDonald's now. And she feels guilty about wanting McDonald's. And I'm like, I'm gonna eat McDonald's with you. And she's like,
Yeah.
but you hate McDonald's. And I'm like, I'll do it for you. I love you. You gave me a ride
Oh.
to the mall. That's fine. So this Monday, you were like, "Hey, like you want to do the show?" Like, and I'm like, of course, we're gonna do the show." So you did the whole tweet, the post,
Yeah.
the last WWE Premium Live event for the year, and I'm like, that can't be right.
It is.
And I know, but I know it's December, but like it hasn't sunk in yet.
It hasn't sunk in that the year is almost over, that we only have 2 weeks left of
Yeah,
2024.
I'd like shut up. It's okay. The last week was Christmas. Okay, how can Christmas be
Okay.
like 2 weeks away? It like this. That's not. This is how you know you're in the Matrix. It's
This is why I'm trying to finish up my Christmas shopping this week because we're 2 weeks
oh
away.
my god, you have kids. Oh
Well,
my
I think I'm taking care of the kids. Kids, I take care early. It's like Black Friday. That's when you get all your final Christmas
Oh,
shopping
okay.
done for the kids. It's the wife and the other ladies in my life, my sisters and mother, that I have to get gifts for. That's it.
Okay, so okay, you're a man. So
Yes.
like yes.
yeah. Wait. Yes. That's
Correct. I've been watching, all the videos, like they've been all through social media. They're like comedy videos, like they're skits or like something, but like they're really annoying because they're true. And like these men are in stores and see something and they're like, oh my god, my wife really needs this, and they start explaining why their wife needs it, and then they just throw it away. I'm just gonna buy her this, and it's something that she never ever
Never wanted.
never wanted ever. Like so are you guys telling, like, okay, the men, not
Okay.
specifically you, sweetie, because I know
Any
that you're
men, which is like
like
90% of our chat. So
yeah, so
say it.
like so like they know what women want, right? Like they know what we want, they just don't care. Is this what they're saying?
No, I don't. I think that for the most part, if I had to put a percentage on it, 75% of men don't know what women want.
Really?
Yes.
So sad. Just because like I've been single for 3 years and I have no idea how dating works. It's just and before 3 years for another 3 years. So like it's yeah.
Son.
It's
I've the only things I've learned is just by listening to my missus,
oh
to
really?
my mother and sisters. Yeah, anything I've learned about women is through them. I give
Listening,
them
wow.
all the praise,
Who would have known?
which is helpful for what we do. So, but yes, thank you guys for joining us. You got some therapy, you got some relationship coaching to start things off today.
Do not, guys. I've dated once in 6 years. Do not dating advice for me. Please don't.
I love
Just
it. I love it.
continue your lives. You're better off.
But yes, show your appreciation back the simplest way possible is by dropping the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. We are less than 400 subscribers away from our goal for 2024 of 20,000. So we got a couple of weeks, like me and Maggie just broke down for you. We also broke down calendars.
Liar.
So yes, there's only 2 weeks left, 2 weeks to hit our goals. So show your support. Tell a friend to tell a friend who hasn't already to subscribe to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys and share your thoughts on what's gonna be happening this Saturday on NBC Saturday night's main event. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here. And we always appreciate the CEO support. We got Power Driver Finisher in the chat. He says, got to change that intro again. Looks like, nope. I'm going to keep playing it every time. Every time someone says something about it, it's just giving me more motivation to play it on every stream we do.
Oh no, please don't remove it. It's just makes people see just how rude Xavier Woods and Kofi were.
Hey, he did nothing wrong. You're just gonna get mad at him over one day? One day?
No.
It's ridiculous.
Let's not jump into this conversation.
Driver Finisher said, I love Christmas because it's so depressing. That okay.
Well, finally someone who gets it.
Christmas is the happiest time of the year, people.
Shut the fuck up, okay?
You gotta find the happiness.
That's fake news, okay?
Shut the fuck up with that. She broke me. We got some Christmas trees from I Make Beats. I Make Beats says, I'm single. Leave me out of this.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, and yeah, Sophia says, it's amazing what happens when you listen to us. You may learn what we like. Yes, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, that was what my sister told me one day. She was like, you should probably listen to your girlfriend. And I was like,
and you're like, what?
Wait, what? I didn't even know that was allowed. We also got a video that says Maggie needs a trip on the Polar Express to find her magic. There you go.
Nope.
There you go. I'm gonna have the Ghost of Christmas past, present, and future visit you on Christmas Eve this year.
Good luck with those time differences and stuff.
I know you're 7 hours ahead of me, so you're fine. I know it.
No, like the one American that gets the math, okay? Jesus.
It's like he gets math.
You and Rob, those are the two. Sean to this day thinks I'm in the same time zone as London, and I'm like, how
do you not understand what's going on here, sir? To be fair.
What? So okay, so like 5 time zones for the States, okay, for North America, but like 1 time zone for Europe. Okay, that sounds right.
Not right at all, but yes, we're here to talk about Saturday night's main event. I don't know how they're gonna be kind of like listing these because they gotta give us something to kind of put in the headline because I don't want to put Saturday night's main event for all of these. So is this Saturday night's main event part 1 or 2024? But we're here to talk about the show that's going to be airing live on NBC and streaming live on Peacock. And as always, with our pay-per-view previews, we like to gauge how excited, how much we are anticipating the show. So for our final WWE pre-LE, because it's on TV, but PLE of the year, what's your excitement? 0 to 10, Maggie?
It's a 5. It's because like I'm not as emotionally invested in Saturday night main events. Like
Yeah.
because like I haven't been watching wrestling at the time where they were a thing. So I understand the hype for other people. I'm I'm hyped because it's Kevin Owens for and Io Sky also. So I'm always excited about for watching them perform. Um I've also made it pretty clear that Saturday pay-per-views or shows or whatever, they're not for me, man. Like I understand that it's gonna be a shorter show, like 2.5, 3 hours, right?
I
Yeah.
think it's like 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah. So like it's better. It's okay because like I don't have to get up this much earlier on Sunday morning before my shift to in order to watch it. But of course there's still collision. So like you get it. It's a lot of stuff to watch in a month that I value every minute of sleep, you know? 'Cause
Fair. Also
what
fair.
are your excitement levels? Are you hyped for the show?
I think after Monday Night Raw, they bumped it up just a little bit to 6 because I felt like Monday Night Raw was one of the better go home shows that
A
WWE
lot of
has
talking.
done. Yeah, a lot of talking, but it did a lot to kind of get you hyped for Saturday night's main event and building the
Mhm.
show, making a match on the card a little bit better, adding a match that's going to be good. So I thought that was like an effective job. So I was probably at a 5 before Monday Night Raw this week, and then they bumped me up to a 6. But yeah, this is not the most anticipated show of the year, to be fair.
To be fairer, I did fill up a questionnaire for our friend Luke
Wrestle Talk
from the
for
Russell
the year
Twats.
for
Uh,
the year end awards.
yes, and
Let me call. I'm calling out Luke live on air before you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm calling him live on air because he decided to go into the Wrestle Talk Discord and call me out because they sent me this like a week and a half ago, and told me to fill it out. But I'm busy. I'm on this channel like 7 days a week. Fightful's been calling me to be the substitute teacher over there. I was on the Collision review, the Monday Night Raw review, SmackDown review of the last 2 weeks.
yeah,
Doing stuff with.
I have a bone to pick with you about the Raw post show.
All right. But let me finish my rant.
Yeah,
Luke Owen, he called me out yesterday because they were closing their poll, closing their taking
on
any
the
of the
10th. Yeah,
ballots. And he called me out. He tagged me in the Discord. He didn't just say, "Hey, anyone who didn't fill out the thing, fill it out today. Today's the deadline." No, he said, "Anyone who didn't fill it out, True Heel SB3." I was like,
of
no, shout out to
course,
Luke Owen. Shout out to Luke. Sweetest guy in the world, but I just had to call him out here.
absolutely,
Someone
absolutely, yeah.
clip it and tag Luke on Blue Sky. But yes, you have a bone to pick with me.
No, that's later. We're gonna talk about that. Yeah. So, yeah, because like I had to, fill in the end of the world. Wishful thinking. End of the year stuff for Wrestle Talk, and
Wow. That was morbid.
come on, it's me. It's fine. So it's I texted him and I was like, it was really hard to think of bad things that happened this year, more really, really, because like top 5 worst pay-per-views, top 5 worst matches, and I'm like, I really need to think about those. And I had to Google a lot of stuff, and I had to go way back through my notes, all of my notes for this entire year, for me to search for bad things. And yeah, it was it was one of the better wrestling years. Hopefully, next year is even better. And yeah,
I will say I do agree with you that Luke sending that thing out did get me kind of moving, because when I saw that question, I initially was like, damn, there was a lot of good wrestling. How like what would be worst
Yeah.
matches, worst pay-per-view? But then when I got going and it just kept flowing. I was
Yeah.
like, it was like a waterfall. It was like I had a new number one every time. I was like, first match I put down, I was like, what's the match that probably disappointed me the most? And I was like, oh, definitely Jay versus Jimmy Uso, WrestleMania 40. And then I just started from there. I was like, that eventually went down. It wasn't number one by the time I was done, but that was the first match that I thought of. And then everything else, Jericho matches. I did miss
Oh
one
God.
when I sent the ballot out, and then I had to kind of set up mine for True Hill Heat. We're doing our
Yeah.
year-end awards. I did forget to put a major one that I think is one of the worst matches of the year: Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax from Crown Jewel.
Oh, it's so
'Cause
bad, man.
if stuff happens
It was so bad.
too late in the year, like anything past November, you can ask me in December the next month. I will remember everything from January to October and forget about November. That's what happened when I filled out the ballot. And then when I'm doing it for True Hill Heat, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have Liv and Nia in my top 5?
No,
What am I
no.
thinking?
I had my worst match was, I feel like, Final Testament and the WrestleMania match that they had. I even like that was not okay, man. Like that was pretty bad. Yeah, but Nia Jackson. But because like I couldn't think of a top 5 best matches, because I really wanted to write in 15, and it was really hard to write in 5. Having in mind that this is the year with all the Will Ospreay matches. This is the year with Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. happened. Just
Bryan Danielson versus Swerve happened.
Bryan Danielson versus Swerve, Hangman versus Swerve, the Lights Out match. I mean, those are all matches that happened this year. Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. And
Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns.
yes, like it's all like
Stuff.
and the good was way better than the bad. So
Yeah.
it didn't used to be this way, if you can remember.
Yeah, like honestly, the I thought the even harder than the matches was worst pay-per-views, because I was just like,
I
I
don't
was
think
like,
I even
okay,
wrote in 5. All of them
I
were
was
good.
like, there's 2 WWE pay-per-views that I don't think were good, and they recently happened: Bad Blood and Crown Jewel. I was like, I could put those. I was like, but I can't realistically, honestly, look myself in the mirror and put an AEW pay-per-view in worst pay-per-views, because that's the one
Yeah.
thing that they're good at.
Mm-mm.
That's the one thing. They're like, even the worst pay-per-view to me this year, Double or Nothing, had so many great matches on it. Like,
Exactly, man. But like the stupid thing is that the more mediocre premium live events that WWE had, they were made so good by the crowd. So I can't
yeah.
possibly write that in, because everyone is saying all in all, what a crappy show Backlash was when it was over at France. And I'm like, are you guys
They
kidding?
did?
That crowd? Yeah. Because
I did not. I tend to like. I get this a lot from whoever I do a podcast with. They tell me something is people saying online, and I'm just like shocked, because I tend to stay away from that. I'll scroll sometimes on Twitter and stuff like that, but I tend to stay away from any type of discourse unless I want to unless I seek it out. Like, put the match name, put the 2 people in a match, and see what people are talking about. I tend to kind of get away from the wrestling discourse about shows. But that's surprising to me, because I thought that Backlash was one of their better shows this year, WWE.
it was because like they're speaking, built towards the card, the matches being important or anything. And I'm like, guys, it's a premium live event after WrestleMania. It's always like, have that in mind. And I feel like this is exactly the reason why they made the show in France, just so they can have that foreign audience. And man, that audience made the whole pay-per-view. I'm sorry, like, I understand why people don't like the pay-per-view, but like, it had Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles on the card. And it's the match that proved that AJ Styles is not washed up, because like the people that are crapping on the show are the exact same people that are saying that AJ should retire and they can suck a butt. But like if
Suck a butt.
suck a butt, they can suck a butt.
They can suck a butt. They even had that awesome Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline street fight.
Yes,
That went all
yes,
across the
they
building.
did.
That crowd
Yeah.
going crazy. And the best match of Bayley's women's title reign was that show with Tiffany Stratton and Naomi.
One.
I love when Maggie reads my mind. Because she said what I really wanted to say, but I was trying to be nice.
No, you don't have to pretend with me. Like with one.
The one.
It's the one.
Savannah
Not
says-
her fault. Not her fault.
Yes. So Savannah says SummerSlam 2024 was a good PLE. Yeah, I think that was one of
It was.
WWE's
It was.
better ones. Big Man Dog says my worst matches of 2024 in WWE and AEW is the Deonna Purrazzo versus Madison Rain. That
I don't
one
even
was
remember one.
legendarily horrendous. And for WWE, maybe Carlito versus Jey Uso, both on a random weekly show. Nah,
Yeah.
like I can't say like it's not memorable enough, Big Man Dog. It's like worst match of the year has to be memorable for how mid or bad it was. You want to know what's the worst match that happened on either one of those top companies' TV that I had in my top 5 worst matches? Billy Gunn versus Jay White on the April 10th, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite. That was memorably bad. That was memorably bad, with Billy Gunn taking 90% of a matchup against Switchblade Jay White.
I feel physically sick remembering this. I think I ranted for like 10 minutes about that.
Yes.
That was so bad.
This is how like my brain processed. I was like, Jay and Jimmy. All right, that's the first one. Now think SP3. Think. And then I was like, I put the Jericho match first. I put Jericho matches that were the worst first, and then it hit me. I was like, what AEW match is worse than that? I was like, Billy Gunn versus Jay White. That is actually worse than any Jericho match this year. That says a lot.
It hurt emotionally and physically hurt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will Chisholm, to be fair, World's End was last year. So Dustin Rhodes and Swerve Strickland. If we had did worst match last year at the end of the year, at the last week of the year, that would have made it. But it does get out of like the award season by being on that week.
Yeah. That's how they get you.
Yes. So I gotta hit up Maggie. We're gonna make Maggie a part of our year-end awards. I'm gonna get your top 5 in those categories too. So I'll be hitting you up. But let's talk about Saturday night's main event. But before Saturday, we have Friday, which is gonna have ramifications on what goes down on NBC and Peacock on Saturday, because Saturday night's main event will be the home of where we will find out who is the inaugural WWE Women's United States Champion. So on Friday Night SmackDown, the semifinals will go down as we're going to have Bayley going one-on-one with Chelsea Green, while we also have Michin going up against Tiffany Stratton. It was Bayley who picked up the win against Candice LeRae and B-Fab, while Chelsea Green pulled off a victory over Bianca Belair and Blair Davenport. Michin beat Lash Legend and Piper Niven, while Tiffany Stratton in our hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota, picked up the victory over Naomi and Elektra Lopez. First up, Bayley versus Chelsea Green. A lot of folks have called these two the favorites to win this entire tournament. So who do you think comes out of this one?
So they've been building storyline between Chelsea Green and Michin with backstage segments. So I feel like this is probably gonna be the final. I'm I don't know, probably cheating. Probably cheating. That's how, Chelsea Green beats Bailey. Piper Niven's going to be there, obviously, but I just, when you have a generational female talent in the eyes of Chelsea Green, when you possess this talent on your roster, you reward that. They like I feel like they've been she has been their best purchase for the past recent years in memory that I have, because she's that person. She utilizes every minute she has on screen, on the microphone, on the ring, everything. I mean, coming back dressed as a luchadora.
So good. So good. She's so good.
Just give her everything. Before even the women's IC championship got announced and the United States championship got announced, I was like, invent 2 or 3 more titles and give it to her. Like, just give her those championships. And then they did. And I'm like, okay, one. Just give her one.
Give us like the Ultimo Dragon. Give us like the Ultimo Dragon where she's holding like multiple titles. I think we all would be fine with that. Would it be?
I mean, like, Piper and even can carry them for her. It's just,
Why not?
yeah. And she brings out something in Piper Niven that I hope that a lot of people who weren't familiar with NXT UK can now be familiar with, because she also has that something in herself. So I would like them to use Chelsea, because like she can elevate herself. She can also elevate Piper Niven as to a point which we don't need to be waiting for a premium live event in Scotland in order for them to put attention on Piper Niven. So it's I'm gonna bet with my heart here and say Chelsea Green. I will not mind. I do not see Tiffany Stratton winning here whatsoever, because she has the Money in the Bank briefcase. I hope that this doesn't end up, someone else wins, like Mitchin beats Tiffany, or Tiffany can beat Mitchin, and then Tiffany can go on to the finals, and then she gets pinned, gets angry, attacks her with the briefcase, and cashes in on the United States Championship. Exactly. Like,
Ooh.
yeah, I hope that doesn't happen, because no, just beat Nia. Like, they've been building towards Tiffany Stratton beating Nia Jax with that briefcase.
That would be funny though.
It would be funny, but like, it's also lazy. Let's call a spade here. It's also lazy. I'm gonna go with Chelsea Green here. Hopefully, yes. Fingers crossed. Who do you got? This is kind of exciting. Like,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna also agree with you. I'm gonna go with Chelsea Green. I know that there has been good arguments for Bailey being the inaugural Women's United States Champion. She's probably the most decorated and biggest star in the entire tournament. So I understand, setting up the prestige, the lineage of this title. Someone like Bailey is a proper first champion that WWE realistically would go with. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bailey wins on Friday and then wins to become the first champion on Saturday. But that's boring. Like let's be real, that's boring. The more interesting, the more intriguing, the more compelling option in this tournament out of everyone left is Chelsea Green. It feels like this title was created as a reward for Chelsea Green for how well she has done in 2024. It feels like WWE said, all right, we've been meeting for months, guys. Half the room wants to put the WWE Women's Championship on Chelsea Green. The other half saying she's too much of a comedy character. And then Triple H was like, hey guys, we just made record profits, record live gate at this meeting. So I want to thank you guys for showing up here. I want to thank you so much. But I just came up with a brilliant idea. a secondary title. And then he left the room. He drops the mic and he leaves the room.
Yeah.
See?
And everyone's like, brilliant. Brilliant.
Like our Lord and Savior, his era-ness. Chelsea Green, I think, wins, beats Bailey. And then in our second semifinals matchup, I'm going to go with Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton. Because I feel like WWE only scratched the surface on the chemistry that Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton had together in the lead up and the aftermath of Money in the Bank. And their interactions in Money in the Bank are probably the most memorable from that show in July. So I think that you follow up on that, have them in this final matchup. You have Chelsea get the win, become the inaugural champion. You can work it where she's the heel and Tiffany is the babyface to kind of follow up on the great work that Tiffany did in the triple threat, playing the babyface in our hometown. I think that long term, Tiffany's going to turn babyface when she cashes in Money in the Bank on Nia, but you could further that by Chelsea using the help of Piper to get the win over her.
Yeah, you can also make a point, because like that's not something that's out in the universe. That's on WWE. Like that's just bad creative. That you see what it means when the first time champion, the inaugural champion is crowned and they're a babyface. You see what happens. It's boring. Kalani Jordan is the most recent proof of this entire thing, because Kalani is an amazing wrestler, man. She has zero personality though. Like she can bounce, she can jump, she can do stuff and everything. She's sometimes like she's borderline flawless, and I understand that she still does some moves that for me are kind of questionable. Some moves that it looks pretty, it looks great that you can do that, but like realistically speaking, I think that this is stopping your momentum, and it doesn't do what you think it does. But like I understand why she's doing it, but like because she's a babyface, and the WWE have a really hard time booking baby faces, and when you're inaugural champion and you're a babyface, that brain is just crap, man. It's just really really poopy. So hopefully Chelsea Green, because she is a heel, we love her, but like it doesn't mean that she's not a heel, and this is the better way. She also can have amazing segments, man. Just give us that. I can't wait.
Give me a championship celebration. I just wanted her to win the title just to see her championship celebration. It's going to be phenomenal.
Yes, exactly.
So we're both on the Chelsea train. What do you guys think? You got Big Van Dogs who says Tiffany should go to the final to make her look strong ahead of her cashing in. I agree with that. We also got Christopher who says Bailey versus Michin is going to be the finals. I mean, it could be. I don't think that's the most interesting, but it could be. Could be. We got Buyer Driver Finisher. He says GPS sent us on a detour, but I think it's a quicker route. You gotta do it with the voice. GPS sent us on a detour, but I think it's a quicker route. There you go. There you go. Triple H voice. You got to do the Triple H voice. But we both got Chelsea Green as the inaugural Women's United States Champion. Let us know in the live chat or in the comments who you think out of the four remaining is going to be the inaugural Women's U.S. Champion. But that's not the only matchup going down on Saturday, as it was announced on Monday Night Raw this week that we're going to get a grudge match on Saturday night's main event, as Sami Zayn will go one-on-one with Drew McIntyre. These two men are no strangers to one another. They faced so many times last year, the beginning of this year, with Drew dominating Sami a lot in their one-on-one encounters with each other. I don't think Sami has scored a pinfall victory over Drew in any of their singles matches in the last 2 years, but Sami will try to get some redemption for Jey Uso and himself when he faces Drew. Drew came back to WWE following his violent, brutal, bloody Hell in a Cell matchup at Bad Blood in October. He returned on the December 2nd edition of Monday Night Raw to beat down Jey Uso and give a Claymore to Sami Zayn. Then on this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, Drew explained his actions, saying that he thought that he could change, that he was wrong all this time, that people could change, until he watched the Survivor Series. And what did he see? CM Punk and Roman Reigns, two of the people he hates the most, shaking hands, standing side by side. And who else did he see? He saw Sami Zayn, he saw Jimmy Uso, he saw Jey Uso. At least CM Punk, he took a bribe to team with Roman Reigns. These guys sold out for absolutely nothing. So he has to be the purveyor of the truth, and he has to get revenge for these men standing side by side with the two men that made his life a living hell. And it starts with Sami Zayn, Saturday night's main event. Maggie, what did you think about the very short, abbreviated build to this matchup, and who do you think wins on Saturday?
You know, Drew McIntyre wanted to be the bigger man and just move on with his life. And then he put on, Survivor Series War Games. And then he saw them with their stupid fingers in the air.
With the stupid little fingers in the air.
So, man, if you hate Drew, you're a loser, man. Like, just reevaluate your life. You have no idea what's good for you. So correct me if I'm wrong. To me, this is starting to feel like a build towards something. I'm probably wrong. Because there are speculations for CM Punk and Seth Rollins at the Raw Netflix debut.
Yeah.
But like they're murmurs. There's not, legitimate reports or anything. Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and
Sami Zayn.
yes. Just give that to me.
hey, we got more than one Saturday night's main event, because January they got another one. You could do it there.
Yeah. You can. So it's neither Kevin Owens or Drew McIntyre are liars. And that's why they're the best heels ever, because they're basing all of this on real things. Seth Rollins is also, but he's not a heel because people know better. Besides you calling him a number 2, okay?
I mean, he's
calm
always
down.
been a number 2.
I
He's always
know.
been a number 2.
That's why you suck, because like you're speaking the truth, man. Just don't. Just live in a fantasy world in which
live in the fantasy where Seth Rollins believes he was actually number 1 at one time.
No, he never believed so. Like, he said it on multiple interviews that even though he held, the most prestigious title in wrestling business, he was still number 2. He still felt like a number 2, and I'm like, this is so real, because I know that he's always gonna feel this way, and I don't think that he will ever be the guy, because we thought when we were thinking about him wanting to be the guy, we thought that this meant the championship. But even though he was the champion, he was never the guy. And this is, I'm sorry, Seth, sweetie, I love you. Just, but like the match, Drew can't lose here, right?
Yeah, you can't have Drew lose this quick.
You can't, but like this also means yet another loss for Sami Zayn
Sami
Drew
Zayn is Teflon, though.
Yeah, he's untouchable when it comes to losing because like people will always be cheering for him. Like this also makes me think about a line from Kevin Owens because when Kevin Owens was conducting the interview with Michael Cole in his car, by the way, and he mentioned Sami Zayn, and he was like, "We'll cross that bridge when we get to it."
Yep.
So this is also in the books in the in the future. So this is also interesting. But I'm definitely gonna pick Drew McIntyre. The match is gonna be amazing because we've seen it before, but it's still it's the same match, but like it has new bad blood.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's going to be a very hard-hitting matchup like most of their matchups has been. And I understand, you would want Sami at one point in this rivalry with Drew McIntyre to get a win. But I think this is more like the Raven-Tommy Dreamer rivalry, where Raven beat Tommy Dreamer 146,000 times, but Tommy Dreamer beat him the last time. I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Sami Zayn beating Drew, probably with a title on the line when they eventually meet on like a real PLE.
yes.
A big man dog says, I love Drew being a buff IWC troll, nitpicking the babyface's decisions and holding them accountable.
But he's always right though. Like his his facts are always correct, and like he has a point for everything.
He does.
Zero lies, man.
A purveyor of the truth, Drew McIntyre. Then we had the WWE Women's World Championship up for grabs as Liv Morgan will defend against IYO Sky. It was after Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, Monday Night Raw. There was a 20-woman over-the-top rope battle royal that was won by IYO Sky, where she became the number one contender for the Women's World Championship.
In Saudi, right?
Yeah, that was in Saudi.
Yeah.
Since then, IYO has become a thorn in the side of Liv Morgan, joining up with Team Rhea Ripley at Survivor Series, picking up the win in the Women's War Games, where Rhea pinned Liv. Then you had Liv beaten down on Kyrie this past Monday, last week on Monday Night Raw, where Rhea Ripley coming down, Raquel taking care of her. And then you had Raquel and Rhea going one-on-one this past week on Monday Night Raw. This came off the heels of Liv Morgan picking up a win against Damage Control member Dakota Kai and laying out IYO Sky with Oblivion. But it was IYO Sky who evened the odds for Rhea Ripley against Raquel and Liv, taking out Liv with a tope suicida on the outside. And the show closed with Rhea and IYO holding on to either side of the Women's World Championship. Did WWE give you a vision into the future, into the next big title match on Monday Night Raw, or will Liv's reign continue? And what have you thought about the build to this matchup, as well as Liv's reign overall? Because I think it's a good time, we're end of the year, look back on this year, and yeah, I don't know how you feel about Liv Morgan's reign. I could just tell you, I'm not really enthused by this. And already in the True Hill Heat chat, we've taken our top fives for best female wrestler. And anytime someone has Liv Morgan in their top five, I'll be like, what year did you watch?
Yeah.
But what did you think, Maggie?
The whole thing with Liv Morgan beating Rhea Ripley for the championship was a moment. It was a really, really good moment because it was cinema. I'm sorry, Reg. The moment was cinema, and everything else after that sucked donkey balls. I hated that. Also, this is the reason why I hate this match, and it's making me angry because Liv Morgan is gonna beat IYO Sky. IYO Sky, I'm sorry. Yes, I will cry about it. Because yes, because Liv is gonna win this match. don't get me wrong. I feel like Liv Morgan during the pandemic improved immensely and has built herself like her in-ring movement, her acting has gotten so good. Um but like I have higher standards when it comes to women that beat Io Sky. It's just a thing that I have. Uh and I don't know the fact I'm so fucking over Judgment Day crap. I really am, and they're still hanging on to Finn and Priest, and we thought that that was over, but it's clearly not. And it's just it's making my brain boil a bit. And does Liv Morgan have merch on the WWE shop, or
Yeah,
her own merch?
she's in the top 10 in merch.
In championship merch, like does she
Oh, I don't.
have merch with her as champion?
Oh,
Because
I'm
like
not sure
pe-
if it's anything with her as
people,
champion.
yeah, people were really bitchy that she didn't have any. I constantly forget that Finn and JD are tag champs, and because the Adam Pearce did make the match official for next week's Raw for Judgment
Yeah,
Day, defending against War Raiders,
yep.
with all of Judgment Day being banned from ringside. I hope that this means that we're gonna have better tag team championship reigns in the future. It kind of felt like they were driving a teeny tiny wedge between Finn Balor and Liv Morgan.
It did seem like Liv was kind of
Yeah,
sarcastically kind of talking to him. Yeah.
exactly. But this kind of makes you think, because remember when Liv wasn't in the Judgment Day and Rhea Ripley was, and like the whole hotel card thing,
Yes.
did they make sense of everything? Because
No, they still haven't
no,
explained that part. They still haven't
like
explained that part.
they still haven't explained the part when Finn Balor was seen with Liv and he was going to her whole. So am I just simply gonna assume that um this was the thing that they were going for, and then they said, nah, scrap it, and then just
I think they want you to assume that that was just Liv basically recruiting the Judgment Day to her side to turn on Rhea
okay,
in
okay.
to favor her. Yeah.
Okay, so they left that for us to make sense
Yes.
of. Oh,
Yes.
that's pretty good. Okay, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So, like, not everything needs to be explained out of existence. I get that as a David Lynch fan. So, yeah, I'm Liv Morgan, but I'm not happy with this pick at all. I will be so happy if EO wins, but then again, I do not trust them in booking any woman in the Raw women's division.
Could be onto something. All right, I've been saying this for a few months now,
Oh,
Maggie.
here we go.
I said, Liv Morgan, you are on the clock, meaning she is on the clock to have a good to great match because she has not had one since SummerSlam. And I've gotten concerned. I've gotten concerned that just the way this act is with the very formulaic Dom throws a weapon into the ring. Dom distracts the referee. Liv cheats to get the win. That's how literally every single one of her title matches has gone down, to the point that getting a distraction finish courtesy of the Pure Fusion Collective on Monday was the cleanest win Liv has gotten since she became the champion.
This is the reason why people were turning against Roman Reigns as a champion, and they wanted him because of all the same finishes of the matches and everything. Just so I can make a comparison. Okay,
Yep.
so
Yep,
continue.
yep, yep. So when you are in the ring with not just a top 5 female worker in the company, but you are in the ring with a top 5 worker in the company, regardless of gender, in Io Sky. Io Sky, in my eyes, is the best women's wrestler in the ring, bell to bell, rope to rope, pillar to post in the world today. If you're in the ring with her and you can't have a good to great match, the clock's run out. The clock's run out. You're done. You're done. You're done. I'm willing. I'm gonna throw in the towel and I'm gonna be like, Liv Morgan is trash. Like right now, it's just she's had a tough couple of months. She can't overcome the formula of her act. But when you're in the ring with Io Sky and your formula is still gonna make that not a good match, then yeah, you're done. You're done. Let's call it a wrap. Let's get this title on Io or Rhea. And that's why I'm at the point that even before the bell rings, I'm going with Io Sky because I want this shit to end. I'm over this Liv Morgan. I'm over this Liv Morgan stuff. It was fun while it lasted, but it peaked at SummerSlam, and we need to all get with the program.
I understand, and I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Yes. Sergio with an interesting proposition here, saying Dakota is going to betray Io Sky.
Okay, enough with the damage control. Like the name itself will be pretty redundant at the end of the day if this turns out to be the case.
Oh, Judgment, Damage Control, Judgment Day. They just gonna keep dragging these two factions along. Speaking of which, they're weighing down our boy Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Ring General Gunther will defend against the former champion Damian Priest and one half of the World Tag Team Champions, the Judgment Day's Finn Balor. It was at Survivor Series that Gunther once again defeated Damian Priest, and once again, it was thanks in large part to the interference of Finn Balor. Gunther did not like the interference after he saw it, so he kicked Balor out of the way, which drew the ire of Balor, who approached Gunther on the Monday Night Raw following Survivor Series to ask him for a title match and saying that he deserved one after helping him win at Survivor Series. Gunther instead said he wanted to give a match to someone who deserved it, like Dirty Dominic Mysterio, who has a win over Damian Priest. Gunther dominated Dirty Dom in that matchup, which led to Finn Balor attacking Gunther after the match, giving him coup de grace, laying him out, laying the World Heavyweight Championship over his down body, and then getting his title match with Gunther thanks to Adam Pearce. However, on Monday Night Raw this week, Balor and the Judgment Day interrupted Gunther. They were going to attack when Damian Priest made his return to Monday Night Raw, went after the Judgment Day. Gunther, not wanting the help of even Damian Priest against the Judgment Day, laid him out, attacking him. But it was Balor in the end, with the help of the numbers, who gave a coup de grace to Gunther on the floor off the apron and gave 3 coup de grace to Damian Priest to stand tall. And Pierce announced that it will now be a triple threat match at Saturday night's main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, before I give the floor to Maggie, everybody knows, if you've been watching True Hill Heat over the last couple of weeks, how much I hate this fucking rivalry. I think we talked about it when we previewed Survivor Series, how I did not enjoy the presentation of Gunther's character heading into that matchup with Priest. And they have done really nothing to make me be like, oh, it's gotten better since then. No, they just made him more of a babyface. Yet, this guy who could have been like 2-3 months ago, he was the hottest heel in this company. That Goldberg segment at Bad Blood got so much crowd reaction from that Atlanta crowd. His promos on Damian Priest heading into SummerSlam, his promos on Randy Orton, his promos on Sami Zayn got so much heat. Yet over the last 2 weeks, they presented Gunther as a babyface. And him being presented as a babyface going against world-renowned hated heel Dominic Mysterio got what type of reaction from the fans in attendance? They chanted Dirty Dom, which should have been a sign to WWE. Maybe we should not present Gunther as a babyface. Maybe he's even more hated than Dominic could be because Dom is getting babyface reactions against him. But no, They turned around this week and they gave him a Will Ospreay promo with no bruvs. I'm the best in the world because I have this world title. I was like, who is this? That's not Gunther. What have you thought about the build to this matchup, Maggie? Who do you have winning on Saturday?
So I'm kind of scared because I kind of feel like this three-way is an easy way out for them to take the title off of Gunther without him getting pinned. And because you were pretty convincing in your rant last time we spoke to each other about you being convinced that Gunther won't be champion when it comes to WrestleMania, because everyone's, John Cena versus Gunther for the championship, and we both agree that if things are going the same, we don't see Gunther, being, because okay, you're not fine with Gunther being the face, and I absolutely get that, because Gunther is at his best when he's a heel, because he's so good at this. It comes natural, because he's such a lovable person in real life. That's how this Adam Cole too. Adam Cole is a wonderful heel because he's such an adorable person in real life. I don't have a problem with them turning him babyface, but like, it was the weirdest way that they built the match with Priest.
Yeah.
That killed me, man. Like, you can't have Gunther in goofy segments. That's where I draw the line. And I understand that WWE creative have zero clue how to book baby faces not looking like dumbasses, but I thought that they're gonna have, higher standards when it came to Gunther, because he's that person. If they treat Obafemi one day when they get him to the main roster, I'm gonna flip out. Okay. So I said the same thing about Walter years ago. Just fool me once, shame, wherever the saying goes. I also can see this is probably the only correct time for me to ask the young people, how old is Finn Balor? Is he our age? 30 something.
I think he's in his early 40s, if I'm not
Okay. Okay. Why is he dressing like a 20-year-old? Because that's
He's 43.
43. Okay. Like, you're dressing like a 20-year-old. This is exactly how little boys on Instagram and TikTok look like in the gym. Exactly like that. I wish I were kidding. Like the baggy t-shirts with the that
Bandana around the neck.
fit your neck, but somehow fit none of your other body parts, and like those exact the pants that he wears. I'm not familiar with the fashion, because let me tell you, I've been wearing skinny jeans for decades now, and apparently that's considered mom clothes right now. And today
Hey,
I
I wear
bought
dad clothes. I wear sweatpants like 90%.
I'm wearing sweatpants right now, but like, I'm in my apartment and I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about, when you go out, it's but that's a totally different subject for our lack of fashion sense. But I feel like I I will always say that Finn Balor was robbed of his title reign. But I don't think that this is the correct time to give him a title, like, at all. Because having in mind that he has a title right now, and I constantly forget about it. That's also a weird sign. It's not like, the trios division in AEW and them refusing to acknowledge that they're champions because they don't carry those titles around and like whatsoever. Just like, I'm so mad. But like, apparently wrestling companies came together and said, yeah, fuck the tag division. just fuck it.
Yeah, that was another one that I had a lot of people tell me they've had issues with picking tag team of the year because it's tough out here in these tag team streets.
Motor City Machine Guns are a good one because not only are they always a great tag team, but they also signed a big fat contract in WWE and like they made their future. So
they made my top 10. My number one is Fraxium though.
Oh
Nathan
yeah,
Frazier and
absolutely,
Axiom.
absolutely. That's and it's not even debatable.
Yeah.
Which is sad. It's good for them. It's good for the brand of NXT. It will always be. I love NXT. I will always have a soft spot for NXT. But like when you have TNA and main roster WWE and AEW, and you're like, what? Yeah. So I hope. Listen, I'm gonna give Gunther a second chance, okay?
Okay.
And this is a sentence that I never thought I was gonna say. I'm gonna give Gunther a second chance. What the fuck is that? How do you even say that? It sounds weird. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Gunther, but I'm afraid. I'm seriously afraid. If he loses, it's gonna be so fucking stupid, man, and it's gonna ruin my entire workday. Just throwing it out there.
I am hoping that Gunther letting you down does not ruin your workday. So that is why I'm going to go with Gunther for the win. I'm just over this whole Judgment Day rivalry. Like I said with Liv's act peaking at SummerSlam, the whole Judgment Day versus Terra Twins feud peaked at Bash in Berlin. It hasn't been as hot as it was at Bash in Berlin since then. Yet it keeps dragging along and along and along. And I've had the feeling for like the past 4 or 5 months that this thing is going to WrestleMania, which is just like, why?
Man, hopefully not.
Why? And yeah, and like I think that Gunther playing kind of a tweener or just playing babyface against a certain character, I think it would only work against a more established heel. Unfortunately, Finn Balor, for all of his accomplishments, they booked him like a jobber to the stars. Like, we know if he faces a star of a certain level, there's no way he's beating them.
Maybe it's the clothes.
Also the clothes. Could be on to something. Could be on to something there. Yeah, I'm going with Gunther wins, pinning Balor in the matchup. And then finally here, Maggie, the main event of this Saturday's show, Saturday night's main event, will be headlined by the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Kevin Owens. It was at WWE Bash in Berlin that these two men met for the first time for the undisputed WWE Championship in a very damn good matchup on that show, with both men being baby faces, Kevin Owens being the friend of Cody Rhodes, despite Cody suffering a knee injury during the European tour. Kevin Owens did not capitalize on certain moments in the matchup, which cost him in the end, with Cody picking up the win to retain his title. But after Bash in Berlin, that's when the frustration and the real side of Kevin Owens kept peeking out, as Cody decided to team with his arch nemesis, Roman Reigns, to face the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu at Bad Blood. On the road to that matchup, it was Kevin Owens who was getting upset with Cody and his choice to team with Roman. And then after Bad Blood, where Cody and Roman beat the Bloodline, following that, fans picked it up on their cell phone cameras, Kevin Owens finally snapping and attacking his friend, Cody Rhodes. Ever since then, Kevin Owens has kind of been spurred by the WWE, been told to stay at home, not to show up at Friday Night SmackDown. Randy Orton, who was his friend, who he grew a close bond with, chose Cody over Kevin, which led to Kevin attacking Randy backstage. It led to their huge brawl at Crown Jewel, which led into Orton calling out Kevin Owens following Crown Jewel, and a brawl on Friday Night SmackDown where Owens power drove Randy Orton, sending him out of the building on a stretcher. Ever since then, Cody has been hell-bent on getting his hands on Kevin Owens. And despite Kevin Owens trying to say that he wants to do it on his time, the time was set to be December 14th, Saturday night's main event. We've heard from Kevin Owens, who feels that Cody chose the team with someone who made his life a living hell and was an awful friend, while Cody Rhodes believes that Kevin Owens always blames his problems on everyone else. This is a bitter rivalry, and it comes to settle the score this Saturday night's main event. Maggie, what have you thought about the build to the matchup, the attitude change in Kevin Owens, and who do you think wins?
Fuck Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes ruined Gunther. Cody Rhodes is to blame for the lack of awesomeness in Gunther, and I will blame him for the rest of my life, his life, for whatever comes first. Kevin Owens is always right. If you boo Kevin Owens, this gives out the tiniest of wiener energy ever. Justice for Kevin Owens. Fuck Cody Rhodes. I hope he loses. Thank you.
Beautiful.
I am picking Cody Rhodes, by the way, but like I hope that Kevin Owens, wins. Fuck Cody though.
Beautiful speech. Beautiful speech. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I've been hearing over the last couple of months a lot of people making the arguments. Got it in the chat right now as well, saying I want KO to win. KO wins. KO to win. I would love to believe that. And I said this before, I'll say it again. I've been shooting in the Kevin Owens gym before a lot of y'all knew who Kevin Owens was. I almost got pushed out of a balcony at the Hammerstein Ballroom in 2011 by Kevin Steen. I've been shooting in the Kevin Owens gym way longer than a lot of y'all. And I say this with all due respect. Ain't no way in hell this man is winning the WWE Championship from Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It sounds
Sadly.
like all the arguments I used to hear during the John Cena era. Oh, Dolph Ziggler gonna beat John Cena for the WWE Championship. Oh, this guy, Randy Orton. Oh, Edge, Joe Batista. Oh, they gonna be the number one guy in the company. John Cena gonna have to move over. And I was just like, we watching the same product? Yeah. And I just had to look around and ask the same question. Like, y'all don't see that WWE, the only person they will ever choose Cody Rhodes over or choose over Cody Rhodes is Roman Reigns. And if you asking for them to choose anyone else over him, they're not. It's just not gonna happen. Roman Reigns, The Rock, yeah, I can see those. Kevin Owens? I'm sorry, I've never seen WWE treat him well enough to believe that.
Sadly.
Very sadly. So I gotta go with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Savette says, I blame Cody Rhodes for splitting up the bloodline. Oh my God. Yes, let us know in the comments.
It goes that far. What do you blame Cody for? Because there are obviously a lot of stuff that you give pinned to Cody. And by the way, all of you, besides writing them in the live chat and later in comments below, the podcast, tune in to the Spotlight tomorrow and tell it to Steven Jensen.
I blame Cody Rhodes for the downfall of AEW.
Yes.
That's a shoot. That's a shoot. That's actually I feel like he was the first ripple of AEW's downfall. So
yeah.
I blame Cody for that.
Yeah.
I blame Cody for Triple H having a heart attack back in 2021.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Yeah. because Triple H got a heart attack in 2021 because Vince McMahon was putting too much pressure on him. Why? Because NXT was losing to AEW in the ratings on the Wednesday Night War. Why was that happening? Because Cody Rhodes was a top star for AEW. Why was that? Because Cody Rhodes helped create AEW. So everything is Cody Rhodes' fault.
Okay, let's not blame people for doing their jobs. But like
all right, SP3. All right, that's nice. Let's step away. Put the gun down. All right.
put the gun down, sweetie.
You sounded like Vin Raves, and I'm Tyrese and Baby Boy. Like he's got the gun. The towel over it. It's like, give me the gun. It's okay.
But everything else is completely correct. Like if you
It's like everything else except for what SP3 said is Cody's fault.
no, but if you look at it realistically, yeah, you're right. But like the man's doing his job. He's not doing it now because if he's doing his job, he's gonna give the title to Kevin Owens. That's just that. This should be your job, fucker. I was on our show, and because I was so mad at Cody Rhodes, that I beat up my R2D2 stuffed figure because I know that Cody Rhodes is a big Star Wars fan, and I wanted to hurt something Star Wars related.
Something he loves.
Yes, so I punched R2D2 in the stupid face. No one likes know-it-all, okay? And that's what Cody Rhodes is, and sadly R2D2, you asshole. So yes, I'm picking Kevin Owens, but I'm picking Cody Rhodes. But I say this with all the bitterness in the world.
Sounds like your head is saying Cody Rhodes, your heart is saying Kevin Owens.
Always, it's Kevin Owens. I love you, Kevin. Mount Rushmore and everything.
Mount Rushmore, scum, all that good stuff. But we've made it to the end of our Saturday night's main event preview. As always, I have a blast talking to Maggie, so I want to thank her for joining me today to talk about Saturday night's main event. Thank all of you in the live chat. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. Final call, if you want to show us some love with a super chat donation, you can as we wind things down on this. And if you haven't already, drop the thumbs up on the video. Let us know in the comments down below if you're watching us on demand your predictions for WWE Saturday night's main event. We also got to show some love to I Make Beats, who's been a member for 4 months. Let's give it up, I Make Beats. Had that one day off, but he's been rocking good for 4 months. And thank you so much, Maggie. As always, I've had a wonderful time talking all the
Every
WWE PLEs in 2024 with you. So want to give you the floor. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they will see you again.
So guys, obviously you can catch me right here talking with SP3 before every premium live event that WWE have. I hope that I can keep this going because I love doing this. I love being on the screen with SP3. We work really well with each other. Otherwise, guys, you can follow me on Twitter if you still do the thing at Maggie_IK, on Instagram at Maggie.IK, and on Blue Sky at Maggie/IK because it doesn't allow stuff. It's the weirdest time on Blue Sky. I swear to God. Also, please subscribe to Fightful Select. It is a lot of good stuff there. A lot of interviews. A lot of scoops before premium live events and shows and everything. You get Q&As from our boys at Rhapsody with Sean. Also, you get to vote on our Fightful awards that are going to be coming up. Other than that, please subscribe to Fightful Overbooked on youtube.com. This week, Rob and I are celebrating 3 years of coexisting with Rob and Maggie.
Hey!
3 years. I did not see this coming. Please join us at 3 p.m. every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fightful Overbooked on YouTube.com. Thank you so much for joining us. Please have a wonderful, wonderful day. Plug all your shit, sweetie.
Absolutely. Show some love to Maggie over on Friday for their 3-year anniversary of coexisting. They do a wonderful job talking everything in pro wrestling. So show some love
A
to
lot of
Rob and Maggie.
swearing, a lot of
Yes,
fuckery, and just
which we enjoy here.
a
We
lot of
enjoy.
nonsense.
Follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. It's the best place to support us when we are not live here. Check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like Rated Raw Review number 47. You this bad over one day reviewing Monday Night Raw from this past week. Check out our NXT Deadline review with myself and Corey Brennan talking about the big premium live event from NXT last Saturday. And check out our NJPW World Tag League 2024 review with myself, Sanal, and Jay News talking about Naito and Hiromu winning the trophies. But check out all of that. A bunch of great stuff going on this week. I will be back live with you tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time with AE Ramble, the best AEW Dynamite review in the land with Jimmy Macaram reviewing tonight's Winter is Coming. We got Friday, I believe we'll have one of our cuts out from the latest True Hill Heat. No, we actually got a New Japan Strong Style Evolved preview on Friday for you to enjoy, so we'll be live for that. And then on Saturday, the flagship podcast, plus a watch party for Saturday night's main event. And then on Sunday, we got our Saturday night's main event review, so join us for that. But for Maggie, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been our WWE Saturday night's main event preview. We are signing off until next time.